gas in the wood, and we're going to funnel that gas in up through an exhaust pipe here.
While Morgan and Vladimir fill the barrels with wood, John C. looks for a nozzle to release the gas from the gasifier.
Been able to find a fitting, just put a little bit of Teflon tape. I've got this hydraulic fitting. At this point, we should be able to cook that thing up and see if we get a jet of gas out of this thing. All right, so a little bit of Teflon tape here.
Make an airtight seal.
In this barrel, we put the fittings that I had found, we closed it up. Vladimir had lit a fire with the wood that Morgan had drawn.
It looks like it's catching pretty well.
After 30 minutes to let the fire build up, it's time to test the gasifier. If it's successfully producing wood gas, the engineers will be able to light the vapor coming out of the nozzle.
Hey, Mike.
All right. So you want to know what's going on?
Yeah.
All right. We started the fire. We put a nozzle on the top here. We're going to siphon off the gas. We're going to light it on fire.
You know what? This is deadly. You got a bomb here. A bomb.
The 10 volunteers in the colony are running out of power. They're working on a generator to recharge their batteries and a wood gasifier to produce wood gas, a fuel that can power the generator. Engineers John C., Vladimir, and Morgan are ready to test the gasifier prototype, but handyman Michael thinks they've ignored a potential danger.
You got a bomb here. This is deadly.
Michael came outside to take a look, and he kept asking the question, you know, is this thing, are we making a bomb?
Do not light this. Do not light this.
If a gasifier is constructed properly, the barrel will be full of only flammable wood gas. If not constructed properly, air might mix with the wood gas, and lighting it from the nozzle could create a flashback, igniting all the gas in the barrel like a bomb.
That's why we have the vent opened.
It's still
It looks like
a
pretty
bomb.
good gas.
You have fuel in a confined space. You light it, it will blow. I don't want to hear a bang from in there.
I don't need Mike to watch out for me or take care of me. Go away.
The engineers dismiss the handyman and ignore his warnings.
If anyone's got tequila, now is the time to speak up. Okay.
I'm going to let them figure it out. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let them fail. I'm going to let them fail. You know, I'm not going to save them.
Let's just keep going.
I know what panicked him. Not used to the fire. Fire! Look at this, smoke, whoa.
They think they know what they're doing. They got PhDs or fartsy-artsy degrees. They want to cop an attitude. Little Miss Morgan says, get out of here. You know what? Blow yourself up.
If the gas ignites, the project is a success. But the flame could also light the gas in the barrel, creating a deadly explosion.
Burn it! Burn it!
This is only water vapors. Only water vapors.
The gasifier isn't a bomb, but it's not working either.
The distillate, the vapor that was coming off, had enough wood gas to actually ignite.
When the gasifier failed, I knew why. But I'm not going to say anything. Just because someone has a letter after the name PhD doctor, does that make them more capable of surviving in a world like this? No, I don't think so. That's engineers, folks.
The gasifier's failure sets back the energy project. Without a gasifier and generator, the colonists will be unable to charge the battery bank powering their lights and tools. But rationing electricity isn't something the volunteers are used to. Some of the colonists are using the power tools without waiting for the battery bank to be recharged.
So here's what I'm thinking, Allison.
Okay.
This is going to be the sole of our shoe, right? And we can lay it flat. We have to cut across. We can use the Sawzall.
The trip down the LA River destroyed many of the colonists' shoes, so George and Allison decide to make new ones out of a tire, but they can't do it by hand. George needs the Sawzall to cut the thick rubber tread and the steel belts inside the tire.
They should be adults enough to know that we have a finite amount of power and we should use it wisely.
The battery's dead.
They keep wasting resources like this. I'm going to run out of patience.
To help solve their energy problems, Michael and John V continue to work on the generator. They need to find a pulley to spin the alternator. Finally, the builders catch a lucky break.
Oh! That's what we were looking for.
Mm-hmm. For some odd reason, this fan was sitting way up there. And what I noticed is the drive shaft is 1 1/4 or 1 1/8, which happens to be the same size drive shaft on our engine.
Awesome.
So now we can put our pulley anywhere along here. We just pick our spot. Isn't that brilliant?
Wonderful.
The gasifier prototype is cooled off. The engineers analyze it to determine why it failed to produce wood gas.
It's just goo is coming out. We're trying to see if it's charred or if it's it hasn't even gotten hot enough to burn.
In the first stage of gasification, wood turns to charcoal. If the wood in the gasifier isn't charred, then it's not getting hot enough.
We were not efficient enough.
In the end, we never got enough heat into the barrel.
We need more heat in a smaller vessel.
With the gasifier and generator projects taking up so much time, some of the colonists are worried that smaller projects might fall by the wayside.
So,
But there are
Lily, what do
big
you
issues
think?
coming up.
It's the anticipating all the other little that we're not doing and making sure that small projects get done and that everybody's busy appropriately.
These little things that are starting to come up, like stuff like soap and toilet paper.
But we're not even finished with the crap that we need to do, and now you guys are micromanaging with who's dealing with toilet paper. We still have no power, people.
I'd rather have toilet paper than power.
Great.
To hear Morgan say, I'd rather have toilet paper than electricity, what kind of a statement is that?
In an extreme survival situation, it may not be possible to ignore or dismiss the personality styles that may conflict with yours, because these might be the same people that are actually keeping you alive.
We're going to talk also about how we're going to do security later on tonight.
I, as always, will do the first long shift, as always.
It's not a long shift.
The scheduling right now with the shifts at night, some of the guys think they can only take the 9:30 to 12 shifts. That's not how this works.
I was just wondering if you're going to take on a hard shift.
You keep jabbing me. Why are you jabbing me? I don't bother you.
You bother me all the time. But do you want to take a hard shift or not? I don't mind taking a hard shift.
We know that that's the way he is. We're not trying to baby him. We're just trying to get him to a certain point where he's compatible with all of us.
I don't really care.
Coming up,
Drop that door, I'll shoot you!
a street scavenge
Start going back.
and a new threat.
I do not have any degree. I have nothing. I have no education. I can't spell. I can hardly read. But yet those people who have that capability seem to know better than me about what I can do. Well, has anything gotten done here that we needed without me? Well, screw it. You do better. Go ahead.
Though energy is the group's priority, Dr. George and trauma nurse Allison are keeping an eye on another major